It is comfort season time, and I am going to be making some pot roast, because what would be better for comfort than pot roast, right? So my pot roast is about 2.15 pounds. Let me strain out some of this water. Okay. Really heavy. So I'm gonna season it with some seasoning salt on both sides. Really heavy because this is a thick piece of meat. And I'm doing crock pot cooking today. I'm gonna season with some garlic powder. Not garlic salt, garlic powder. We don't want to over salt this thing. Then I have some paprika. I'm gonna do that on both sides. Some Italian seasoning. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. And now I'm gonna add some thyme. I'm gonna do that on both sides. And then last but not least, some black pepper. Yes. And I will be going over all the ingredients. Black pepper. That's gonna make me sneeze for sure. So you want to get it nice and coated like this. And now I'm going to add just a drizzle of canola oil so that it sticks. Move it all around. As I'm working on coating my meat and my seasoning, I'm kind of just rubbing it through the pan like that. And it's got a nice crust on it. Well, this is going to turn into a crust inside the pan. This has essentially become my rub. Just gonna wash my hands really quick. You'll notice I do that about 15 times. Okay, now we're gonna just coat our chuck roast in some flour. Okay, I'm gonna keep turning this over until it's nicely coated. I'm doing crock pot cooking, so the crock pot is on high already without anything in it. Okay, I'm just gonna put some more there. It's coated, y'all. So we get that nice crust. While the skillet is hot, I've added, I would say, just like a couple of tablespoons of oil to the bottom of the pan. Don't pop me. And I'm gonna lay it in there. And I'm gonna allow it to cook on each side, probably about 7 minutes, because we want a nice crust. That's what we want. Okay. Now I'm gonna get to working on my vegetables. And I didn't take my celery out, but today I have 3 jumbo potatoes. I may only do 2 because these are really big. Big ups to my Instacart shopper. She knows her produce. You should see these carrots that I have. Notice the grocery store has been really short on just about everything. Now I'm just going to start by slicing these pretty thick, because I want them to be pretty decent size for the crock pot. We're going to do about 6 hours of cooking on this one. The good thing about the crock pot, especially when you work from home like I do, you can start your dinner early in the morning, you know, put it in the crock pot, check it on your lunch break, and then by the time you get off, it's all tender. That crust, okay, on that roast, and I just transferred it over to my crock pot. It is on high. I'm going to cover this with a lid while I continue chopping up my mirepoix. Now that we're done chopping our carrots, we are going to chop our sweet Vidalia onion. You can use a Mayan onion or a Vidalia onion. I know they have them at Stater Brothers. These are mild, they are sweet, and they are delicious. They're not overbearing. They don't take over the dish. And that's kind of why I'm attracted to them, I guess. Just gonna take this off. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to cut up some celery, just one stalk. I think one is good enough, and those will cook down really nice. So here we have our sweet onion russet potato, our carrots, and our celery. Hey guys, I've gotten my fire turned back on the oil that I seared my pot roast in, and I'm gonna add about 3/4 of a stick of butter, and I'm gonna swirl it around. Let me show you. Where's my cameraman? Just doing that, and we are going to make our sauce for our pot roast. That butter is melted, we're gonna add some fresh garlic paste. Okay. Oops. Bear with me. Okay, I'm doing this. And then I'm gonna add like some flour in there. I don't know how much gonna fall in there, but just pray for me, y'all. Okay, that looks about right. Shoot. Okay, now I'm gonna take my whisk and I'm gonna do this because we wanna create a paste here. Get out all the lumps. And this is gonna have that delicious beef flavor from the meat that we seared in this pan. Look how shiny that is. That's what you want. Okay, that looks about right. I'm gonna start adding my liquids. Now that we've got this up to a boil, we're gonna add some red wine here, red cooking wine. Hear that sizzle. And then we're going to mix that up. So making like a red wine gravy here. That's gonna start to thicken because of that flour that's in there, but that's okay because we've got some beef broth, Worcestershire, and all that good stuff. Let's add our beef broth. Okay. I don't know how much I added, you guys. I'm just gonna keep mixing until it turns to the texture that I'm looking for. I want it to be like silky. You feel me? Okay. This is the consistency that we want. So now we're just gonna add some Worcestershire in there, some sprinkles for flavor. And then we're gonna mix that up as well. Can you tell how thick we want this? Okay, now I'm just gonna pour this sauce over my meat that's been sitting in that crock pot on high. So this is what you want. Look at that gravy, that red wine gravy sauce with little specks of garlic. Now that we're about midway of cooking, I'm gonna start adding my vegetables. Here it is, guys, almost done. The pot roast is cooking to perfection. I'm gonna continue to allow it to simmer on low until it gets to be really tender. I've added all of my vegetables and this is smelling so good. I've even started my pot of jasmine rice. That should be done in a few minutes. Once this is all done, I'm gonna top it with some bright green parsley and look at that gravy. We're gonna be ready to eat. There you have it. I have added my peas and I'm gonna crank the heat up a little bit so that this can thicken again. Bon appetit.